Online reviews were supposed to level the playing field for small businesses. Instead, many owners feel like the field was tilted and they didn't find out until it was too late. Welcome back to Better Biz Guide, the podcast where we take a closer look at the systems that shape small business success and failure. I'm your host, Sean Rose, and today we're talking about online reviews, the flaws, the limitations, and the controversies surrounding review platforms, including the concerns raised by thousands of small business owners about Yelp and many describe as a pay to play environment. This episode isn't about attacking one company. This is about understanding power, incentives, and risk so small business owners can protect themselves. For many small businesses, online reviews are not optional. Many platforms like Google and Yelp and many other ones out there, they automatically add your business to the platform without ever contacting you, asking if you want to participate in their platform. And, at the end of the day, that influences customers' trust, search visibility, revenue, hiring, and even the survival of the small business. A single negative review or the sudden disappearance of positive ones can change the trajectory of a business overnight. And that's where the problem begins. When a platform has the power to amplify or suppress visibility, small business owners deserve to understand how the system actually works. The promise of review platforms are simple, or was supposed to be. Honest feedback from real customers would help consumers make better choices. But the reality many business owners report is far more complicated. Common complaints include legitimate reviews being filtered or hidden, anonymous or unverified reviews remaining visible, inconsistent enforcement of platform rules, or limited or unclear appeal processes. For a small business owner, this creates confusion and fear because when visibility disappears, there's rarely a clear explanation or timeline of resolution. One of the most frequent complaints that we hear at Better Biz Guide is from small business owners involved in reviewing filtering or review filtering. Many owners report situations where positive reviews from real customers are marked not recommended. Now, I can tell you as a small business owner myself, who owns a couple different small businesses throughout the country, I have had this exact problem. And I know a lot of other small business owners that have as well. Currently, if you guys look up Equality Clean in Palatine, Illinois, you will find my company. And on Yelp, at the making of this video or this podcast on December the 13th, 2025, I show one positive review. All the other ones are in the not recommended section. Now, to better understand how Yelp works and to kind of get more of a feel for what a lot of people are complaining about or other small businesses are complaining about, of once they stop paying for ads and things like that, they would, or Yelp would hide all of their reviews. So we put that to the test. A customer had put our business on Yelp, and it wasn't something that we had wanted. We didn't really care if we were on Yelp because Equality Clean has been around since 2016, serving residents in the Chicago area and in the island of Oahu, Honolulu. And we're more of a word of mouth type business. We don't spend a lot of money on marketing because our customers who love us and that we've been with for years, they spread the word. Word of mouth is the best advertisement for small businesses. And our business got put on Yelp, and we started advertising on Yelp to give it a try and to be able to get a better feel for what we were reporting here on our podcast and over on our YouTube channel, and kind of doing a little bit of research, if you will, trying to figure out how we could build a platform that catered to small businesses and did not deal with the pay to play like Yelp. And what we found was as soon as we canceled our Yelp ads, a lot of our reviews were hidden almost same day. So, Yelp uses the terms, or they try to hide behind the verbiage that they use a proprietary computer software that automatically identifies if a small business is um, requesting customers to leave reviews. They claim that they want more organic reviews. They want everything to be organic, and whatever. Well, I'm no rocket scientist. I don't know how everything works. But what I do know is there's no way that a computer system or a company would know whether or not the reviews that were left on my Yelp uh, reviews was something that I ask a customer to go put. And case in point is, if you look on my Yelp page, you'll see under the non-recommended or not recommended, there is a review from a gentleman by the name of Mark. Now, Mark hired us through Yelp, through one of the ads that we had placed on Yelp. He had hired us through there. And we went out, we did a deep clean, a move out clean for his childhood home that his family was selling. And, he hired us through Yelp. The entire transaction was through Yelp. And he left us a 5-star review. It was visible for quite a while. And as soon as we canceled our Yelp ads, that review was hidden, just like so many others. So with Better Biz Guide, we are trying to build a better platform. And so longtime customers' feedback suddenly loses visibility with Yelp. Businesses have no control or transparency into why this happens. Platforms often state this is due to automatic system design or fake reviews. But here's the issue. When the process is flawed, trust is something that is lost. So small business owners aren't asking for special treatment. They're asking for clarity and consistency. Now, we need to address the most controversial topic. For years, small business owners have publicly claimed that after declining paid advertising, their visibility dropped. And just as I told you, it did. Negative reviews appeared more prominently. Positive reviews became filtered. Sales calls increased immediately after ratings dropped. Yelp has consistently denied that advertising does not affect the reviews. However, the perception of pay to play persists, and perception matters. When thousands of business owners independently report similar experiences, it raises a very important question, and that is the system set up in a way that unintentionally pressures small businesses? Even if no rules are technically violated, power imbalancement alone can create pressure. Here's what makes it especially difficult. Small business owners often feel as though they only really have three options. Number one, they can engage and risk spending thousands of dollars that they really can't afford. Number two, they can ignore the platform and possibly lose visibility altogether. Or number three, they can speak up, and then there's the fear of retaliation. That's not a healthy ecosystem. A fair system should never leave business owners feeling pressured or pursued for trying to opt out of advertising. Transparency should reduce fear, not create it. Over the years, review platforms, including Yelp, have faced lawsuits, investigations, regulatory scrutiny. While many cases were dismissed or settled, they highlight a larger truth. The business model of reviews is complex, powerful, and not always aligned with small business interest. Legal outcomes don't always equal ethical clarity. For small business owners, risk matters just as much as legal definitions. Here is what you can do right now. Number one, never rely on one platform for your reputation. And, as somebody who is in the process of creating Better Biz Guide, I still stand behind that. You always want to check multiple sources for reviews and do not always rely on just one review platform. Number two, document customer interactions and feedback. You know, we all we're in the day of computers, and there's always a way to document. And so having documentation is key. Number three, encourage reviews across multiple channels. If you have a website or you're on social media, make sure that you are listing multiple sources for them to leave reviews. One of the ones that I like to use personally is Facebook. And I know a lot of people, when I said that, probably rolled their eyes so far back in their head they probably got stuck. I get it. A lot of people do not like Facebook. I am one of those. I am not a huge fan of Facebook. I use it for business, but for personal relations, I try to avoid. But Facebook, they don't filter reviews. Now, with that being said, yes, somebody could go on there and leave you a 1-star negative review, but at the end of the day, you can see who they are. Unlike Yelp and Google and other platforms that they can create a fake name or have no photo. And now, granted, yes, Facebook, you're not required to have an actual photo of yourself, but you are required to have some kind of photo. And they do require you to have your legal name on there. And if, when setting up your Facebook account, they don't think that's your God-given name or your birth name, they will deny you. So I like to steer people towards Facebook because I think Facebook is a little bit more honest when it comes to the reviews that are left for businesses. And if they're not, you can see who left the review for you. The next, number four, would be read platform policies very carefully. Make sure that you look at all the fine print about the platform that your business is on, or if you're a consumer, read the policies and see how accurate these reviews really are. Avoid emotional responses to negative reviews. Now, this is one that I have preached for years. My family actually owns another small business down in Florida, and my sister is part of that business. And now my sister is a very, um, she is the type of person that she speaks first and thinks about it later. And so I actually had to get my mom to take my sister away from being able to respond to reviews because for the longest time she would go on and they would get a 1 star review for something. And she would go on and she would use profanity or threaten them or just be very rude, unprofessional, disrespectful. And as a business owner, that is not how you respond to customers. Now, I'm 45 years old. I've been in management roles. I've been all over, in the workforce. And one of the things that we were always taught in the workforce is customers are always right. And I don't believe that. And I know that's going to start some controversy. And let me explain to you why I say that. We are in the day and age, unfortunately, where a lot of people feel entitled. They feel as though everybody owes them something. And it's this mentality that is really hurting small businesses or business, even larger businesses, to be honest with you. This mentality really hurts because you get somebody, we'll say Karen, it's normally about what their name is. And Karen came into, let's say, a flower shop. And let's say she was looking for some roses and she wanted yellow roses and she wanted some baby's breath in it and she wanted them wrapped a special way and she wanted to look this perfect way. Well, Karen had in her mind a unrealistic goal in mind. She seen something online that was just this big grand floral design, and for easy terms, let's just say it was something cheap. It was $5.99. Well, Karen comes in, she orders it. She thinks that the picture that she's seen online somewhere was exactly what she was going to get. Now, the picture online could have been this big bouquet, and then underneath it could have been the font that said pictures for display purposes only, doesn't um, it's not the actual product. A lot of companies do this. It's just for illustration. It's not the actual product that you're getting. Well, Karen gets upset. She pitches a fit. She tries to force this small business owner into giving them or giving her a arrangement like what is on the internet. Well, that's just not the case for $5.99. So Karen is mad. And now Karen's going to go leave a 1 star review about this company. And maybe Karen didn't read everything. Karen wasn't right. Karen didn't look at the description and realize that this is for illustration purposes only. In instances like that, I'm completely for the business. You know, a huge, and again, I'm just using it as an example, a huge floral arrangement. If you guys have been to a florist anytime recently, a really nice florist arrangement can run upwards of $150 to $200. And here Karen's seen this online for $5.99, and she didn't read the description. But because she didn't read, she expects the business to give away, you know, $145 or $195 out of their own pocket. So in instances like that, I don't believe customers are right. And there's other instances I could have used, but that's just something to kind of give you guys an idea of what I'm talking about. Anyway, getting back to the things that you guys can do. The other thing is understanding the visibility and the truth of the platform that your reviews are listed on. That's another issue that a lot of people don't pay attention. They don't realize that Yelp is all over the internet. Google is all over the internet. There's a lot of these platforms where reviews are left, and you guys respond to them in a negative way. And unfortunately, now the perception of your business is you have a business owner that just doesn't care about their customers, or you have a rude and disrespectful business owner. And when that gets out there, what ends up happening is all of the other nasty reviews that may be out there that could very well be fake, you're giving them a reason to believe the other negative things that they've seen on the internet about your company. So definitely never respond with emotional responses. Read the review, maybe put it in the back burner, and just don't say anything if you think you're going to be emotional when you respond. The one thing I always tell everybody is just remember that your business is more than just a star rating. Anyway, Better Biz Guide was created because small businesses deserve a system built on fairness, not pressure. We believe accountability should be evidence based. Reviews should be contextual, not just numerical. Business owners deserve transparency. Patterns matter more than algorithms. We're not here to replace platforms like Yelp. We're here to question systems that lack balance. If you are a small business owner and you've ever dealt with customers that were confused by reviews or pressured to advertise just to stay visible or silenced by a system that you can't challenge, you're not alone. Follow Better Biz Guide as we continue to investigate the systems shaping small business success and work towards something a lot better. Because transparency isn't radical, it's necessary. This is Better Biz Guide. Thank you for listening. If you would like to follow us on social media, it is Better Biz Guide on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. You can also go over to www.betterbizguide.com. And if you're so inclined to drop a donation to help with this movement and to get us up and running, there is a donation tab there on the website. You're more than welcome to do so. And every donation that is made, you will be featured and thanked right here on the podcast. Thank you guys again for listening. I hope you have a great day, and I will catch y'all in the next episode.